This is the third video on the car loan spreadsheet. First video we did the VLOOKUP for the yearly interest rate. In the second video we did the payment. Now we're going to do what they call the payback schedule. We want to know in each month how much we owe, how much of our payment is interest, how much of that payment is principal. This goes to reduce how much we owe, and finally the ending balance, which is the beginning balance, minus what we reduced our principal. When this amount hits the bank, the accountants separate it into two pieces. Some portion is the interest because you have their $39,000, and the rest of it goes to reduce the $39,000. So next month will be $39,200, then $38,900, and it'll go down, down, down because we reduce it until finally after 48 months, in this case, we have 4 years. I think I'm going to change it to 3 now, so that it'll all fit in. So it's a 10% loan rather than 12. So it'll all fit, and you can see how it all goes. Okay, we type a 1 here to say that's payment 1. Here we say the beginning balance, and it's a formula. I could type this in again, but we never ever type a calculated number into a cell. We say equal this value and enter. Now, the interest depends on how much money we owe and the interest rate. That's all. That's how much interest of this $1,200 is interest. So it's equal to how much we owe times the interest rate. But that's a yearly interest rate. And this is only 1 month's payment, so we have to divide by 12. Enter. Should have said tab. That'll put me here. Okay, so this $1,200, $329 is interest. Now as I said, this plus this is going to equal this. Unfortunately, this is negative, so we'll flip the sign. So we say equal, this plus this is equal to this, so therefore equal this, but I'm going to flip the sign by putting a minus, this minus this, right? This plus this equals this, so this minus this is principal reduction. So first month out, we reduce how much we owe by $900, and the bank keeps and pays their tellers and their rent with the $329. Our ending balance is going to be equal to what we owed in the beginning minus what we paid off. That. Cool. Tab. That gets me here. My cumulative interest, I have nothing to accumulate yet, so I just say it's equal to whatever the interest payment I have this month. Okay. How in first or second grade did you learn to turn a 1 into a 2? Well, again, we're going to have to tell Excel that rather than doing it ourselves. So we say equal, take this 1, now how do we turn it into a 2? How do you turn a 1 into a 2? You add 1 plus, oops, I have to hold shift, plus 1. Damn. And this one should be right aligned also. Or we could center them all. We could take these all and center them. Where is that center? There it is. It's interesting. Okay. So, the bank closes its doors on March 31st. Everybody goes home, has a nice evening, good night's rest, showers in, comes in the next morning, reasonable commute. You still owe $38,544. Again, we'll do the same way like this. We said take this number. Now we're going to say take that number. Equal this. That's all. but we don't type numbers a second time. So when they change, the next guy changes too. Okay. Now, this is where it's going to get interesting. I'm going to make this bigger so you can see what happens. I take this number and I drag it down, which I'd like to do. I get an absolutely insane number. Now, why is that? Well, let's look at this number. This number says B13 times B6 divided by 12. So what does this number say? B14. Well, that's good. B14 times B7. I moved down a row, therefore it's going to point down. It was at 6, it went down to 7. Let's go again. 6, come down a row, it becomes 7. Well, that's not what we want. We did want, watch it go, 13 to become 14, right? But we don't want 6 to become 7. We want that 6 to stay there. And the way we do that is we put a dollar sign right here. And that makes it an absolute reference. Now, I'm going to show you if you Google it, there will be tons and tons. I wrote one page. It's okay. It has some references to also where to find it. So let's press enter on this and then show you how when I take this with its dollar sign, B13, the dollar sign 6, and I drag it down, it's terrific because it stays 6. And this is done the same way. So I'm going to go show you a little bit on J.MP My Tutor. J.MP My Tutor. So you really should be using this to help you, whether you're face-to-face, a hybrid, or an online class. So here we have Excel. We also have if. Here's naming an absolute reference. So here they all are, and it talks about how to name cells. And this is all Windows stuff. I didn't do Mac stuff. And I have some more here, some more instructions. And you also saw this over here in your GCF, Excel 13, relative and absolute. And you have a video here, and they go through it all. And you'll see over here, blah, 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 blah. See the dollar sign? They put it in front of both of them. I just put it in front of the number because the B didn't matter. And then you did a challenge based on it. So this is just a repeat, right? Create a formula with relative and one with absolute. Okay, back to here. I'm not going to do this one. It's done exactly the same thing. When I come over here and drag it down, oops, let's do it again. You see that you get it. This number should be going up because this number is going down. This number should go up. Why? This is B7 minus C13. What happens here? B8 minus C14. Now the C14 is a good relative, but the B8, you want it to always be B7. There's your monthly payment. So you fix that. Then cumulative interest is going to be what I've done already, plus this month's interest. Once you've got this whole, and this one just comes down without a problem. Once you got, we're going to format these guys with a dollar sign. I like this, and no pennies, because this is a plan. Nobody's writing a check. And I'll highlight all these numbers after I paint it. And then, I don't want any of these to have, I just want commas. I like the way this looks. So I take it, I hit my paintbrush, and I paint these guys. So once I've done that, and I'm going to leave this one for you, do this formula correctly here, you just highlight this row here, and if I got 3 years, I'm going to drag it down 36 rows. So as you can see, I overdid it, Here's my balance has gone down to back up. That's it.